Hi, my name is Jon Kolko and I'm the founder and director of Austin Center for Design. Today I'd like to talk about social entrepreneurship and briefly try to explain what it is and why it's important. If you think about what an entrepreneur does, it's sort of a complex and I think a little scary idea because it brings sort of to life these visions of this Renaissance man doing everything he can, making millions of dollars, living a lavish lifestyle. I think many of us think of like a Richard Branson or a sort of a romantic character, and that's nice. I suppose many of us would like to live that dream too. But really, an entrepreneur is a little more simple than that. It's somebody who takes on the risk of an idea, a company, a business, a product, and then hopefully reaps the reward of that business, product, company, idea when it's successful. And so they do that by generally starting a business, offering a service, creating a product, marketing their idea, and really throwing their heart and soul into this idea to see it succeed. A social entrepreneur is extremely similar. They have an idea, a service, a product, a vision, and they do everything they can to achieve that. The difference is that the reward is maybe not entirely or even at all monetary. The reward is made up of social capital. A social entrepreneur is somebody who has a vision for how the world might be, and generally should be. And they go about everything they can, all of these different activities of design and business and research and blood, sweat, and tears to achieve that vision. And typically that vision is about changing the relationships between humans. It's about creating a more equitable world to live in. And it's about working on large-scale social humanitarian problems. There's a lot of specificity about what that means in a particular culture or society, but generally those are things like quality of education, access to resources like clean drinking water or food, things like sustainability, things like safety and minimizing criminal activity and decreasing the prevalence of poverty. These are large problems that are almost entirely man-made and therefore man-mitigated as well, and so a social entrepreneur dedicates themselves to these activities. And they do that in a very similar way to a regular entrepreneur. In fact, in many ways, the role is exactly the same because both a social entrepreneur and an entrepreneur look at the world around them and they critique it and they say it would be better if. It would be better if we had a service that allowed us to quickly learn about a particular topic at the drop of a hat. It would be great if there was a service that allowed homeless people to identify beds in their town and then reserve them. It would be amazing if everybody in a developing country was able to access clean drinking water whenever they wanted it. And from that vision that it would be better if this, the world should be a certain way, comes the design process, essentially, where the entrepreneur or the social entrepreneur will go through a process of understanding what that vision is, mapping it out, describing it visually, and then beginning to prototype it and try it and pilot it with real people and see how the world changes. What's tied into a lot of social entrepreneurship is understanding revenue models, the same as regular entrepreneurship. Because somebody needs to pay for a service. Typically, it's not the same person that's using it in the context of these large-scale social problems, and so an understanding of subsidy models and sort of the relationship between those who use the system and those who finance the system is necessary. And then, one of the most important qualities of an entrepreneur is passion and sustained interest in the subject matter, and I think that's why social entrepreneurship is actually achieving a level of popularity, if you'd like, or prevalence, because I think a lot of people are starting to question what they're passionate about, and where they may have been extremely excited about, check-ins, social media check-ins, and friending other people and things like that. Maybe that their passion is worn off for that. But the problems in the world still exist, and they still see them on a daily basis when they go to work or when they open the paper. And so that might be why social entrepreneurship is increasingly a topic du jour. Some people are talking about it and are trying to learn more